Hey YouTube, Shukran Shinobi here with a Transformers Revenge of the Fallen NES Global Alliance review, this time of Deluxe Lockdown. Lockdown, that's an animated character, the bounty hunter guy, right? Yes, that's right. However, this is the movie version, even though he wasn't in the movie, but they're taking some animated characters and making them like they were in the movie. I don't know why. Anyhow, we have Lockdown here. His face is right here. It looks pretty neat. It kind of reminds me of that bounty hunter from the Clone Wars. I have no idea what his name is because I haven't watched it. But I remember seeing the commercials and it looked kind of similar to this. But anyhow, Lockdown has the same exact alt mode, same exact color scheme as his animated counterpart. So he's like basically a muscle car with spikes all over him. Hunter car mode, rather. Robot mode, just like his animated counterpart, he is very, very, very tall. In fact, you can't see all of him. Let me picture, there we go. So as you can see, he's definitely almost exactly like his animated counterpart. So let me read the bio. Lockdown Decepticon. Lockdown was hired to hunt down and destroy Autobot Ratchet. And that's what he aims to do. Once he's accepted a contract, nothing short of total deactivation can stop him. His services don't come cheap, but he's the best there is at what he does. Lockdown has never lost a target, and he doesn't intend for this to be the first time. And, like, Ratchet's EMP can fit in on Lockdown's arm here. I just phased to Japan for a moment. But anyway, he looks pretty neat. I'll bust out the animated molds so we can have some comparisons, and let's go ahead and get him open and take a look. Alright, so here we have Lockdown out of package, along with animated Lockdown that I dug out of the grave of Transformers that I have yet to display. But we won't really be reviewing him, I'm just using him for comparison purpose, so let's move him out of the way for now. Lockdown is this basically a conglomerate of old cars. According to tfwiki.net, it's basically a mixture of a 60s Cougar and an 80s Corvette. Of course, it is covered in spikes and would no way get on the road today, but he's certainly definitely cool looking, and I'll say that I really like it. It's menacing, it's evil, it's dangerous. It's basically everything that Lockdown is. Built into a speed demon car, even with the little engine sticking out here, knowing that it's fast as hell, along with the arrow spoiler over here. So basically the paint's really nice. The panel isn't too obvious. There's an obvious one right here, then right here in the hood area, but other than that, the panels are fairly well hidden, and it comes off looking very, very nice. Some nice gold detailing, spikes pretty much everywhere on this thing. The underside's fairly condensed as well. Besides this hook, everything's kind of solid, so congrats on that. The one thing about the hook, though, is that it doesn't really hide anywhere. It just kind of hangs there, so if your hook dangles, you might want to just try to kind of tuck it away somewhere, or else it might hinder the rollability a bit. But speaking of which, it does roll very nice. No major problems there. So compared to animated Lockdown, which one is better? In my opinion, Revenge of the Fallen's vehicle mode is better. I guess it's just because, well, the animated one obviously is slightly disproportional. Very slightly, wow. Disproportional. It doesn't have as much details. It's kind of cartoony. It's not as menacing as the Revenge of the Fallen one, and I guess that's why I kind of like the Revenge of the Fallen one a little bit more. We got nice gold spoilers, gold accents, more green. The engine's smaller, which is kind of a bad thing, but that's okay. The windows are a nice orangey red as opposed to this pink color. So overall, I just like the Revenge of the Fallen one more in vehicle mode. Of course, that changes in robot mode. Speaking of robot mode, let's go ahead and transform him. So to start, basically do everything that I always do with Transformers, and just pull the damn thing apart. All the panels will kind of come off. I almost lost his engine piece. Take that out first. That would be highly advised. His entire like feet area folds right out like that. This part folds up, and then everything just kind of sits flush. His legs are very easy to transform. Just pull that out, flip, pull, flip. So you got his feet. You can do a number of different things with his legs, but I prefer him to be very tall. So I keep his legs straight. But you can kind of bend them like that if you want to get him shorter. But I prefer him to be a very tall Transformer. So I kind of keep his legs out all the way. As for the hands, just kind of pull them out and around. Out, around. Fold that down. Fold the arm over, hand out. Fold that over like that, so it's kind of like a shoulder pad. Push his head down a tiny bit, and then bring this entire hood section up forward. There is a tab right here, or the tab right here, and the hole for the tab right there under his chest. So just kind of push it down. It's a little bit difficult, but not too bad. Just kind of push it down until it goes in. I can't seem to get it. Not sure why it's not going in exactly, but all right. So his hook deal, just kind of tilt it down and out, so it's similar to a hand. Flip that around, and then flip this hood, not this hood, the door thing around like that. Position his shoulders how you want them to go. There we go, his shoulder wasn't in all the way. And then just kind of stand him up straight the best you can. You are going to have to curve the legs a tiny bit in order to get him to stand straight. But once you got that, just fix him up. Bring the camera up. The head is very interesting. It's on 3 ball joints. One here, and then one here, and then it's on a swivel. So it's probably the most articulated head we've gotten. So there's a number of different ways that you can position the head, but I like to bring this one down and just kind of have it like that. It looks the most identical to the animated model, and it kind of doesn't make them look like some sort of long neck, whatever. So here we have him in robot mode. Let me pause for a moment and transform animated lockdown. Alright, so here we have animated lockdown in robot mode. So right off the bat, you can tell that they're supposed to be the same character. They got the same height, the same menacing look, same colors, same design. But they did a really nice job of transforming an animated design into a Revenge of the Fallen design, and it works surprisingly well. Obviously, there's some differences, like the car hood, which is basically the back of the animated design, is now the front of this design, but with added green. Instead of having the little hood appendage here with the hook on the animated design, it's just part of the whole arm of the Revenge of the Fallen design. The engine little thing goes on the Revenge of the Fallen one right here, as opposed to the same arm as the hook on the animated one. But all the design cues are basically there, and it looks really nice. However, I'm going to have to give my favorite design thing over to the animated one for robot mode. It's probably just me being obsessed with animated, but not that the Revenge of the Fallen one is bad. I just kind of like the animated one a little bit more. So we'll kind of get him out of the way. Basically, his arms are very spindly. They're very thin. His limbs are very thin because he's a tall, thin robot. Like I said, head articulation is amazing. Basically, just standard articulation everywhere else. You can get some pretty good poses off of this guy because of the way his articulation works. But other than that, there's not too much else to say. I really enjoy it. I'm glad that we're starting to get some animated characters and other continuities. It'll be fun to see what else they pull off and what else they transfer over. So I highly recommend him, especially if you're a fan of Lockdown and Animated. You won't be disappointed with this guy at all. If you didn't really like Animated Lockdown, you probably won't really like this one unless it's because you didn't like the aesthetic. Then you might like this one. So anyway, highly recommended. Please check out the photo gallery for this guy at flickr.com/photos/shukenshinobi. And of course, check out the blog for all the latest news, updates, and release dates at shukenshinobi.wordpress.com. So one thing I really want to do before I leave, I want to see if you can mix and match these engine pieces. Judging by the port, no, you can't. They're totally different ports. So anyway, until next time, please take care and have a great one. Bye.